So today, actually today on the docket is adding more fire so that you guys can take out some of the irons. So we're gonna resolve and move forward some things in a more descriptive and roly sort of way than in an actual in-class discussion sort of way. However, when last we left, we were having a conversation.
We were.
Console and...
As the batteries died.
As the batteries died.
Yes, so we need to have that conversation on camera specifically.
Yes.
So you, the viewers, can see it.
God, you need to remember that
You
conversation?
do.
I remember where we left off, which is the important
We
part.
gotta get this
I don't remember a conversation I had
Yeah,
earlier
there we go.
today.
Alright, now I'm supported.
Because I don't remember any
Not
of them,
comfortable
but I'm
with
sure I
the
talked to
sword.
people.
And
I think you talked to people
because
too.
both of
Just
us
on a
have
hush.
items.
Yeah.
Just on a
It
hook.
is super loud outside.
I think they are cutting down a tree?
That's a
With
waste
an
of wood.
aluminum bat?
Maybe.
That's not an
Maybe.
effective tree cutting method.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Hello, have you seen the people that run our apartment complex?
Yeah.
And slumlords like the rest of them in Seattle.
Yeah, it took them a month to fix a hole in our ceiling.
Well, I've never
That they
seen...
put there.
I've never seen the ones that run our apartment complex, so...
Oh, my
Sick bird.
Or my landlords.
God.
I got tired of my landlord, so I took his soul.
I like for my roommate to keep his soul.
Yes, before we begin, of course, as usual, if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe. It helps the channel grow.
Grow the brand.
When you see this a year from now,
When you see this a year from... So where we're at right now?
we're currently plus 50 episodes in
I thought
the
so,
future.
because I saw, like, we posted a new one, and it was number 39, and then I was like, didn't she mention we were up to 80? Oh, God. So we might have, like, some posting sprees at some point in the future.
Maybe
Or
on
your
like
binge
holidays.
watching pleasure.
Like holidays or special days or the equinoxes, we post like an extra one.
So, you're in the room with the console, you guys have been having a back and forth, of which...
We've had the pleasantries part
Yes.
of our conversation.
We've had the pleasantries. The console was about to make a statement about how... Or had just made a statement about how he's basically identified 4 different factions divided amongst... I have to check, actually. Like, I want to know what that is now. Because somebody mentioned it, and I was ignoring it so well.
Can you even see it?
No, it's actually... so it's construction on the other side of the fence. So it's in the block. So it isn't actually anything that our apartment managers are doing.
That would mean they're actually doing renovations. We can't have that. Only took them a year to put on fake pavement down after they said they're going to remove some of the speed bumps, and then they never did.
Yep. It would take them a year to refinish the pavement instead of resurface it, which is what they said.
Yes. Which doesn't make me glad we didn't move here, because my car would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, he just identified 4 factions within the mage community. Divided amongst 2 different polities, one of which was Corbin's. The other one was out of Harper Science, but he had no idea who it was.
And I'm keeping closed lips that we've got ties back.
You have to sign a thing for the.
Okay. For the contingency. Okay. Yes, as far as I've been able to understand, the factions really divide themselves amongst pro and con. It's pro power plant or against the power plant.
Is this going to be pre-prophecy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Before I go, power plant!
No!
Burn it down! Alright, so... Let's see, I'm trying to remember where I was trying to go with the casual conversation about mages, or did he bring it up?
No, it came up because you were...
A pansy hole.
Shit. It came up... Mages came up in the conversation.
All right, so I'm going to ask for a refresher of my perfect memory. The consul alluded, if I recall right, the consul alluded that he had something to do with the original mages booting out of the God Machine. Is that a correct remembrance?
Yes.
Okay.
You have since, however, in your perfect memory, you since discovered that that information is not correct in its entirety.
Partially correct. He might have like guided and
Yeah.
pushed and something like that, or the mages do it and he took credit.
No, you haven't been able to determine which, but it's what he told you is not entirely correct, or what
Okay.
he's implied is not entirely correct. He has kept to himself, though, and has not lied to you. Or he has kept to what he said and has not lied to you.
Mm.
Just hasn't necessarily told you the whole truth and made you think more than what was actually
Well, if he, it's always in his favor if we think he brokered it.
Exactly.
Let's see here. So, 4 different factions. We've got an in with the other one. He doesn't know that, which is fine. He doesn't need to know that. I think we were about to discuss the power plant.
Mm-hmm.
So, Maja is being
Oh!
prone.
It came up because of Corvin.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about Corvin. And you had mentioned... He had asked you about your associations with Corvin. Or something. Was it a conversation with you? Oh my god. So much console.
So much console.
Sorry.
All the time.
I'm pretty sure I'm not in the room.
No,
I'm
no, no,
downstairs
no.
talking
No.
to the
Someone else.
yeah,
Murata.
Murata.
Or lady to be defined as Murata later.
Yeah.
To be identified as Murata later because she's not Murata right now. She's shapeshifted into a different body.
Yes.
Anyways, he talked to you about Corvin.
Yes.
And
Bothers me most
Corbin-
is the terrible
Oh, because he had seen us in, he had heard about us in a social gathering with Corbin. That's what jargon is there. And I had mentioned that I had known of 3. He says that there's 4.
There's 2 different polities, and there's 2 factions within each polity.
Yeah. Okay. 2 different. Okay. So, I guess that brings us around to the topic of the power plant.
Yes. I'm not going to be trite.
Let's both not be trying.
I wholeheartedly suspect that it's the beneficence of our Father which brings us to heal.
I completely concur.
I'm just not sure how. Or why, really. But, I mean, are we ever sure why?
Filling the hole.
Could be something. He's had this eye on this place for a while, though. I'm surprised to see him finally making a move.
Waiting for the other to leave.
That's... Which other?
There's that big crater in the north.
Oh, Ashbrook Heights.
Yes.
Yes.
The crater is formerly known as the Heights.
That's what I
not the
thought you
hole.
meant. But there are several threads running in my brain.
Do you know of any others?
Not.
Before I stumble across that blindly again.
And blow
you
them up.
know what the problem is in shopping for it said is for a home. Is you never know who you're buying from until you get there.
Ain't that the truth?
You bring along your friends to get a little input on interior decorating, and the next thing you know, the entire place is burning down around your ears.
Fucking Prometheans.
Motherfucking Prometheans.
It looks so pretty in the pictures, but this place looks like a wasteland.
No, none of that caliber. I know of other competing factions which are in existence in the world.
Real estate is the only really thing worth fighting over.
Real estate is really the only thing we're fighting over. I don't think so. I don't think that's what he was waiting for. I think that certainly contributes to his decision, but I feel like there's more motive. I've heard things.
I've heard
Fragments,
things too.
whispers of instructions that indicate that he had his eye here before Ashbrook. I mean, I knew after Ashbrook that he had his eye here because, well, we saw them. Angel? Leave? I saw the angel leave.
There was a watcher there, yes.
What do you think?
Well, I've only just begun to insert agents.
Good.
Quite aggressively. There's another area of topic where I think Father is moving, but again, I have no hard evidence on. What do you know about bees?
Bees.
Specifically, what was it? Hex? Ship? Ship.
Yes.
Shit. Ship. Ship.
Shit. Oh, I know that. Yes, the Society for fuck all whatever. Society for Hexagonal Habitat Protection. They're a crackpot group. Fighting the end of the world.
The end of the world of bees.
Yes, fighting the end of the world of bees, preventing them from going extinct or some nonsense. It's a very social group in the sense that they have a lot of meetings, but I don't have. I have agents observing. I don't have anyone sort of.
I'm also working on that area. Do you know this man? And I'll show him a picture of the man who died outside a Jack in the Box.
Yes. That would be the agent that I had observing.
Have you heard of his demise?
No.
I witnessed it, unfortunately.
I regularly go dark for long periods of time. That's why I use him.
He was a fellow in chain?
Yes.
Yes. That's what we ascertained as well.
That's distressing.
It's what initially drew my attention to Ship.
So they have bees that can kill demons.
They at least have some sort of technology with which to do that. Magic technology. What did we call it?
Bee technology.
Bee technology?
You're welcome.
No. Thank you, Nisi.
Do you know of any of his dead drops that he might have left information for you in? Or any of his safe houses?
I think Dead Drops is a bit soon.
We had a dead drop. Loading. There's been a glitch in the Matrix, excuse me. He's gonna brush over that for a second. Remind me to get back to it before the scene ends. We had a dead drop. I haven't checked it in very long, but it's concerning. If I know any of Father's methods.
This was very subtle, and I'll give him the explanation on what we found and how it worked and how fast it worked and how fast it went from demon killing to anthropomorphic shock.
Anaphylactic.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anthropomorphic shock, too. I mean,
Anthropomorphic
like,
shock.
like, oh god, humans! Oh,
Good! I became more mortal! Isn't that the case when we die? We become a little too mortal, a little too fast. Because if we have enough opportunity, it's really hard to kill us.
I suspect it's cryptids. I suspect that he's importing cryptids.
I have to remember what that is.
Animals.
Ah, yeah.
Animal stigmatics.
Yes.
But I don't imagine how he'd be manufacturing these without anyone noticing. I don't imagine how the God Machine does a lot of things without anyone noticing.
Well,
However, he does.
That is why I began to infiltrate Ship and attempt to get some information.
Alright. Were you checking the battery?
You never know. Sometimes
no,
on
you
first startup.
So, obviously neither of us know a lot
No.
right now. What I hope this meeting will help us to grow a better diplomatic bond between ourselves.
Mm.
Understandably, we are a little leery, as I'm sure you are.
There's a... Behind City Hall, there's a park bench that is screened with hedges from the parking lot that's behind it, with a row bushes. That's the word. They're covered in brambles.
Shrubberies.
Yes,
Shrubbery.
shrubbery. Covered in brambles for most of the year. Not brambles, ivy, I think. Botany is not my strong suit. Geology, on the other hand. Underneath there, it sits between two windows, so really no one sees it unless they are parallel. Which happens infrequently. Traffic is mostly perpendicular. That's the last Dropbox.
Good, good.
I would like a copy of whatever his last words were, but you're free to use the information since you have an agent in place, which is more than I have.
Well, I believe some collaboration so we're not bulldozed in the near future will be very important for all of us unchained in the city.
I believe so. I would agree wholeheartedly.
I don't know if you know any other unchained in the city, but it'd be good to get the word out. It bothers me.
Oh, I shall. I shall. I have contacts. A ring, an agency underneath me. We'll work what we can. What are those ego-tickers? Never mind. There's an angle being played, and it seems obvious but unexpected. So I'm weary to consider it. If I develop any hard proof, I'll send you word.
All right. I'll establish some codes of conduct for quick messages between the consul and I. You know,
Okay.
things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things like we have the burnt message
Yeah, yeah.
that we send to each other to let us know that trouble's happening. Same thing.
Yeah.
Establish a drop box, a dead drop for ourselves. That
Okay.
in case I send him a burnt, this is where I'm going to leave my information at.
Okay.
All that sort of fun stuff.
Excellent. A handshake, a nod, and ignore the pistols under the table.
Mm-hmm. Just we're both carrying it. Hey, would you like to hold my gun for a little bit? I'll hold yours.
Yeah. Go murder someone now.
No, that's not my gun anyway.
Ah, God! That's how you play Demon.
That was actually that guy's gun.
No.
I died.
Alright,
Small contract.
stuff and things. I had other stuff. Speaking of ship, since we have the thread on the table, and then speaking of the console, since we have that thread on the table as well, the correctional system. That was the last clue you got from ship. Or about ship.
They get a lot of ex-cons coming to work for them,
Mhm.
and that was it. It's a rehabilitation workforce.
Yes.
Are these local prisoners, or are they from
Everywhere.
wherever?
Wherever.
Okay. Just one of the resettlement places.
Yep, it's the state's Department of Corrections. So they're coming from within the state.
But that could be a Fed pin or a state pin.
I need to grab.
I worked in a place that had a lot of Fed pin guys coming in
I think.
for while they're at the halfway houses.
Mm.
They'd come in VR dishwashers. It was rather interesting.
Do they talk
Pimps and murderers and drug users.
Was that really it? That's all you get?
I got one guy who was conspiracy for drug trafficking because he ran into IT security for a heroin distributor.
Nice.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah,
I know, right?
yeah. They totally lumped him into the conspiracy, and he went away for 10 years. Then the next guy was an ex-pimp. I think that's what he went. He got some. I never got the details of his like actual federal case, but that's like,
If it was a federal case, it was probably underage.
yeah, he did something with he did sex trafficking or something,
Mm-hmm.
and
It would be underage if it was federal.
no,
Or it's across state
yeah.
lines.
Oh, yeah.
It does qualify as a federal offense.
Transporting
It does,
students
but-
across state lines is a federal offense, which is why it was so hilarious when a bunch of cops did it.
Anyways,
That's true, but usually you don't get locked away because federal-wise for that. That's. I suppose it depends on your state.
yeah.
But
Just reading about the Computer Protections Act. Interstate commerce, blah, 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 blah.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
What's up?
You have this lead.
Okay.
What do you do with it?
Find the leak with my phone.
Bloop, bloop. Actually, I think that's how you got the correctional officer. No.
It is.
That was initially in the inner intrigue into the system.
Yeah.
Like that was looking into SHIP specifically. She got this lead that says they get most of their workers from rehabilitation.
Yeah, they get most of their members.
Members.
It's a social group,
Right.
for lack of a better term. A community of like-minded individuals.
So I need to hack their social group.
And so your investigation into that led you to the Department of Corrections, and you were going to hack into the Department of Corrections.
Yes.
So we need to figure out how the department, like the clue might be how the Department of Corrections chooses people to send to SHIP.
Yes. Something to that effect. It could be something. It's a good lead, though. Might use that.
I always like throwing out leads for the GM just to take.
Go ahead and roll me computers, hacking, intelligence, -3.
Plus-
-2.
+1?
Yeah.
So -1?
Yeah. I was like, -3. It's a state. So it's
Yeah.
Where are my dice? I
You
think
don't
they're right
have
next to you, babe. No, my red dice. Oh, they're back in there. These are my D&D dice.
They're not over here.
Yay!
They're over there. They're next to Tanushi.
Okay.
They're next to Sharon. Sharon Easy.
Tracy?
Sharon Easy.
Tracy?
Sneeson.
No.
Sneeson?
No.
Sneeson.
Please? Oh,
So, if you have a specialty,
you get +1.
but do 9s explode again then?
No, you get
That's a
+1
different
dice.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
a different
If you
thing?
take professionalism to like merit level 3 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, then you get 90. Oh, God, professional.
Professionalism so broke.
Professional training.
Most
Professional training is so
ever.
awesome.
Okay, I got 3.
Just put 5 points into the character creation and you'll be great.
You'll be the shit. Also, it's in the mage book, too. Like, it's something that mages take. I'm like, that's dumb! That's some bullshit right there. Fuck off, losers.
I loved that. That was my favorite.
So, wait, what are the broken skills I take again?
So
What
it's a
making
merit.
mage?
called
When making
professional
any
training.
character,
And it's merit
professional training.
It allows you to identify like 2 or 3 skills. They become special. Eventually, you get extra merit dots. It's like the only merit
that
that, as you
experience
put
break.
points into it,
You get
points
skill
back.
dots and merit dots.
Back.
Yeah.
Like it gives you free contacts in your profession. It gives you free ally. It does all sorts of stuff. It is awesome. It is the most economical thing you can do with your points in the game.
Sounds amazing.
So
Unless you're
I
a
need to
demon
put
and wanna
points
chunk all your
into
points
professionalism.
into embeds,
Yup.
'cause embeds are
You are a professionally trained computer scientist.
Yeah.
I don't see why you shouldn't have that.
Jacques had professionally trained bruiser, which I thought was so broken.
It was so broken.
I was like, that's not on the list. That doesn't count. I looked at the
It
list.
totally
But
has
it's on
soldier
the
and
goddamn
bruisers
list.
on the list.
Split a
And-
table.
You know, it is so funny.
Okay, 3 successes.
Yes.
You manage to hack into the system, and you find fairly quickly. They're not earmarked files. I'm not going to say that they're, like, you're not browsing through the prisoner database, name by name by name by name. No, you got into the administration computer, and you're looking at the personal files that are on the administration computer. Because, duh.
It's a state system.
Well, but really, if you're going to do anything, do that.
For reference, kids, if you're gonna hack in anything, you want to go to the administration side.
And look at personal files,
And
where
look
people
at-
have written notes to themselves, or
Yes.
planning documents, or
Yes.
things of that nature. The raw database is only going to be dumb.
Remember, passwords are kept in a file called a shadow file. That's actually. I don't know if you want to keep that in there.
But we have no idea how Nock knows that, and it's certainly not related at all to his previous training.
Personal habit. Hobbies? Yes.
Or hobbies.
Hobbies.
What's over there? What were we saying? Yeah, so you end up in the personal files. There's a list. He's got a list of names. I mean, he's got several lists of names, but the title and what drew you to it is SHHB. And so he's got a list of documents, and you go, and then, once you have the direction, you go into the database. And in the database, you find that a lot of these people, a lot of the people that are earmarked in the list, violent crimes.
Violent crimes.
They're all toughs. Like, these are your stereotypical perusers, these are people who have rage issues, these are people who,
Put them around bees!
Bees! Okay, it's very important when you do this job that you keep your anger in check.
Be calm!
The bees will sense it.
See that?
And the
calm.
Be calm.
Yes.
Or be
what
afraid.
have I done, Internet?
The puns! The puns!
Title of the
Yeah,
episode.
how long-
Be calm.
How long before the bee puns annoy you is how long you'll live in this industry.
What was yours earlier? You had a good one earlier. I missed it. We'll have to look it up.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
Be calm.
There's always my favorite joke. These are jokes, not altar boys. There's no need to be so touchy.
That being
Where
said,
was all those sexed up priests when I was a kid?
that being said, you have, like, I mean, it's fairly easy to copy the files,
Right.
from the database. Well, with the permissions that you have, it's easy to copy the files. Not necessarily quick, but it's easy. The
So that's like
List that
asterisk.
you have.
Asterisk doesn't work.
are people in the system right now, so you basically have
Like
the
asterisk
members
from
for sure.
table works.
Yay.
In a
We'll
dossier.
give you everything.
Ooh.
Ready to be observed and watched and
What?
perhaps co-opted.
What?
That's a long-term thing, and we're probably not going to get there. I should stop giving you guys plans for, like, yeah, let's do this thing that will take months.
You could always shorten your timelines that you built in your brain.
I could. Actually, no, that's right. I set this up ages ago. And we're just getting to it.
Got distracted.
Well, because it isn't something that I did while we were filming.
Hmm.
It was during one of the small side adventures. There is actually someone in the database. They still have the file because the paperwork is recently remitted, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Or perhaps
recently
toes.
released into the care of with the condition, on parole with the condition that she would be participating in SHIP. Because parole board likes it when you are working on your rage issues by being around bees and helping build communities and save the environment.
Communities.
I'd rather work on my rage issues while working at a kindergarten. What? Oh, was that out loud?
Yes, a little bit.
My bad.
When you get so angry, you pick up one child and take another child with.
It was nap time.
When you smack one dude with another dude.
You get so bad, you pick up a dude and throw him at another dude.
Right?
Pick up a corpse and throw him at another dude.
You killed a dude, then used that dude's corpse to hit another dude.
It was frenzy, man. It was frenzy.
You just pick them up and then you just sweep across the room.
Did I not do that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I was like, I can't remember if I actually did that or just thought about doing that.
No,
That's okay.
you did
At
that.
least you never kicked an Obermos in the face
Oh, God.
in the middle of an dual arcane.
They rewrote the
Oh.
system for that, by the way. It's actually pretty cool. Sorry.
Tangents much?
Yes.
Like,
Other game
at
tangents.
least-
It took
at
me
least
a
our
bit.
tangent was hilarious child abuse tangent, not other game tangent.
For the record, Internet, in our value system, the other game tangent is better than the child abuse tangent. Just so we're clear.
Oh, if we
I
were
don't
going,
need the hate mail for that.
if we were going on child abuse, what about the time my character found his mother's face in a briefcase on his bed?
Oh, that was fucked up.
I don't know what you're talking about at all. That sounds really
That
bad.
was-
That sounds like child abuse to me.
And the character was an adult. Still abusive.
It's still a child.
Um,
I would feel like an abused child if I opened up a briefcase and my mom's face was in there.
And just her face?
Right?
So,
The briefcase
anyway,
should not contain my mom.
no.
They
Long
tend to be
story
smart.
short, she was released fairly recently. She may already have contact with shit, but the likelihood